Welcome to Dogs and Gooses. Here with me today, this is your host, Williams. Here with me today, as always, my co-host, Starks, the dirty dog.
What?
I mean, the
silly goose.
I tried to get you.
Excuse you.
I tried to get you. I thought that maybe you'd join my side.
Nope, not today.
And here with us today, we have two very special guests, Bronwyn.
Hello.
And Cami.
Hi.
Tell us a little bit about yourselves.
I like to make stuff. There you go. I'm 18. I like to do crafts. I like to make rings and crochet stuff. And
what's your favorite thing to make?
Right now, rings. So
Cool.
I like to go thrifting and find vintage, unique spoons and then turn them into rings.
Do you sell them or do you just make them and keep them? Or give them away?
I want to start selling them. I mostly just give them to friends right now. So
Cool.
If anyone wants a ring.
She told us before the podcast that I was her friend.
Wait,
so.
Wait, didn't you? Oh, yeah, but then you told her that she wasn't your friend, so she might revise her.
But then I said I was kidding.
Also,
so.
Williams, didn't you say something to me the other day about wanting a ring? You were talking about dating or something, and then you said you wanted a ring. I don't know.
No, I wish.
Sorry, not to get off track.
It's all right. No worries.
So you like making things?
Mm-hmm.
Right now, spoon rings are the shiz. I want to see some pictures probably after.
I'm curious to
I'm
see
curious.
what a spoon ring looks like.
I'm wearing some if you want to see.
Oh, yo.
One and that one. There you go.
Are these small spoons, or do you...
I break
I'm
the
fairly
okay.
certain she probably changes the size of the spoon. I don't think
think
this
so?
is a spoon. For the record, these look
are kinda
awesome.
neat.
Oh, thanks.
Those of you at home, these look awesome. So now you know. Wow. Can I see that one?
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you...
Actually, I never thought about the
this
pattern
on
on
the
the spoon
spoon
being
already?
pretty cool.
Or did you... Okay. Because
Have
I
you
know
looked
you
at
can
these,
get like
Kenny?
stamps.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, so that's me.
Very nice.
Well, perfect.
Cami, tell us a little something about yourself.
I'm 22. Me and Bronwyn and Brandon all met at our job at BYU. We're all custodians.
Probably the best job on campus, to be honest with
Wait,
you.
I thought Brandon was a janitor.
Oh,
Watch yourself.
Oh, shoot.
There's some serious beef over terms,
That was the J word.
and we are custodians, not janitors.
yeah.
That's my bad.
much higher
Just
up.
Brandon's the janitor.
Starks, I will talk to you after the podcast.
Well, okay.
This feels like a slur. The J word.
The J word.
Oh my.
Anyway,
Sorry,
Cami.
not to interrupt you, Cami.
Let's see. I'm a BYU student studying American government and Spanish. And
What do you do for fun?
I used to do roller skating a lot. So that was like a big thing in California where I'm from.
That's
So
cool.
everybody was doing dance roller skating, so I got into that. And then I started doing jiu-jitsu classes with my friend
Oh,
at
cool.
work. So yeah.
You know, Williams went roller skating with me one time.
Did you
It was
guys
for
hold
an
hands?
event. We went, yeah. What's that?
Did you hold hands?
No,
Well.
we didn't. Although he probably needed that.
I would have liked it. I would have appreciated it. I will say, I don't think I fell that whole time, but then again, I was going quite slow. I was inching my way along.
Let's just say that I lapped him about 40 times. And he did one lap, and then he went and sat down.
Yeah, I was like, I've had my fill. I've done it. I've tried the fad.
Bro, we should all go roller skating now.
Yeah, let's do it, Williams.
That'd be so fun.
Let's do it. Roller skating would be a ball.
Let's go right now and take the podcast with us.
That's a good idea. I would love to hear
The
Williams'
podcast and
dialogue.
stuff. We gotta. We'll hold off. We'll do another time.
Fair enough, Williams. Well, we'll hold you to that another time thing.
Yeah.
On the record.
On the record. Yeah, we have it recorded.
I have control
You
over
do.
what goes on this podcast.
I mean, partially, I can save this audio so that even if you edit it, I'll still have it on the record.
Oh,
It just won't be on the line. Sorry, that was a reference. Probably no one got. Don't worry about it. You got it.
I
Thanks,
got
Williams. I appreciate you.
It's gonna be okay.
Wichita
Don't worry.
lineman.
Never mind.
Okay.
You didn't get
Never
it.
mind. I was thinking way too deeply.
It's from the internship. They go work at Google, and
they're
like
that.
these old guys that are working at Google, and so they're trying to pretend that they're young, and everyone's like, "Hey, we need to like put this online." And so like later on, it's their turn to speak, and they're like, "We could put this on the line," and they all look at him like, "What?"
The line.
Oh, that's funny.
Well, fantastic. We appreciate having y'all here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to turn the time over to Starks for our news segment.
Oh, boy, do we have some honestly pretty boring news this week. So, Charlotte, a stingray with no male companion, is pregnant in her mountain aquarium.
How do they know her name's Charlotte?
You heard about this?
I heard about this.
What did you hear?
I heard that either she is pregnant from a shark or what was the other thing? Well, there was one other option.
Are they that closely related?
I just read the title.
Okay, you should read more.
Okay. I wasn't going to read more, but now that Bronwyn said so, we're going to read more.
I spoiled it.
No, that's perfectly great.
I'll hold it against you.
Charlotte, a rust color. Also, by the way, this is from AP News.
Mm-hmm.
Charlotte, a rust-colored stingray, the size of a serving platter, has spent much of her life gliding around the confines of a storefront aquarium in North Carolina's Appalachian Mountains. She hasn't shared a tank of water with a male of her species in at least 8 years, and yet nature has found a way.
Maybe it's a delayed pregnancy,
It's pregnant with as many as 4 pups. Probably.
8 years.
An expert of stingray said it is impossible for Charlotte to have mated with one of the 5 sharks that share her tank, despite news reports suggesting that. Oh, they just attacked you directly, Bronwyn.
Yeah, shoot.
So maybe it's just a tumor.
It's probably just a tumor. 4 tumors that they described as pups.
Probably.
There was a New York man who was caught at the border with pythons in his pants.
Pythons? How many?
And now he's got to read it.
3 of them. 3 of them. 3 Burmese pythons in his pants, and he was sentenced to probation.
I hate it when that happens.
I think this is my favorite or most boss story. A hiker kills a coyote with his bare hands after an attack. Tests confirmed the animal had rabies.
Oh, shoot.
I've always looked at dogs and thought I could probably take one. Even like one of the pepper ones,
No way. Absolutely not. I cannot take a dog. You can't take a coyote with your hand.
You can. Coyotes are small. Coyotes
no, I know. I've seen coyotes. Like rabid coyotes, though. Really?
They're just scrappy.
I bet you.
You can.
So I read a study once that talked about how humans, even though like in terms of the animal kingdom, we don't have near as many sharp like claws or teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Our impact, like the impact that we can deliver with a punch, is very high. Compared to most animals, not silverback gorillas, for the record. Don't get in a fist fight with a silverback gorilla. Yeah, your spoon rings would have done it in.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like a ninja, whatever they're called.
Yeah.
What are the
brass knuckles?
Brass knuckles.
She's got her spoon knuckles.
Yeah, my spoon knuckles.
Look out.
Okay, my dad used to he used to work out at this like hill behind our house, and there were coyotes. And so to ward them off, he would carry giant rocks in his hands and then just throw them at the coyotes.
Oh
he was
That's
fine.
awesome.
Did he ever hit one?
Maybe, I don't know.
What a champ.
It was dark. We go do it at night. So
what a guy.
Dang.
Yeah.
What a stud. Cami, your dad sounds like a stud.
Yeah. We need to have him on the podcast.
Yeah, tell us about the time you threw rocks at coyotes. Also, for the record, Williams, I think you could take most dogs. There's probably some that would get you, but I think you could take most of them.
I appreciate that, Starks.
Yeah, I mean, you've been lifting the weights, doing that sort of thing. For those of you that can't see at home, Williams is super buff.
Whatever super buff looks like in your imagination.
Exactly. Well, that's it for the news section. We didn't have a ton of exciting things this week.
There was no explosives in anyone's houses?
Well, there was a follow-up article from our one from last week, but I decided not to revisit it. It said, what happens when you find a Cold War-era missile in someone's garage?
I assume the bomb squad shows up and
takes
care of it.
Yeah.
It's no longer in your possession.
Mm-hmm.
Well, kind of sad. Don't tell him about mine, okay? Those ones I don't want to lose.
Yeah, well, that's the government for you.
That's some people's kids. And that's it for me. Back to you, Williams.
All right. Today we have a very special treat.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. Can I pause you right there? Before we get into our topic, I think we should do our mustache rating.
Oh, you're right. So, the mustache has returned,
Yes.
which I'm sure is filling all of you with joy currently who are listening. And the same, it fills me with joy too. You know, the mustache is something special.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not fully back yet. It's not as full as it was, but it's getting there, you know. And quite excited.
The level at which I want to play catch with you just increases by the day. Just every day, there's a little bit more.
Every once in a while, I see you talking to me, and you go to say my name, and you almost say Dad.
Yeah, it's very often. Well, the amount of times that I have to ask you for advice too, I'm like, so I need to do my taxes, Williams, and I don't know quite how to do what. And then I'm like, wait, okay, sorry, this is Williams, not my dad. Okay.
Yeah.
But you're missing. Okay, our female viewers get to rate Williams's mustache and say if they preferred. You guys knew him with, without, and then with again.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you first knew me with the mustache, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that might affect.
that might affect their thoughts. Well, we'll just see what they think and then go from there. See if they're wrong. You know.
This is a test, not an opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I remember the day I saw him without the mustache at a movie night, and it took me way too long to recognize who he was. And I was staring at him, and he went, "Bronwyn, you shaved your mustache."
Because I saw her looking at me, and I knew I had to say something witty.
So it was a bit shocking to see him without the mustache, but it looked nice without the mustache. And then it looks good with the mustache now. 1 out of 10. Probably like an 8 without the mustache and a 9 with the mustache.
Oh,
Thank you,
Williams.
Bronwyn.
Yes.
Touches the heart.
For the record, I give you a 10
We are
with
friends.
both. So you can be bought.
Yep.
All right, Cami, you're up.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the same as Bronwyn. I remember he showed me a picture of him before the mustache, and I was shocked. I was like, wow.
The upper lip looks so bare. It's like a desert.
Yeah, I was of the opinion that he should grow it back. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
So now in terms of his mustache, compared to other mustaches. Now, of note, you guys saw his mustache before, so it's not as fluffy as it once was.
Yeah, not as pristine.
He doesn't quite look like a
Luxurious.
police officer who's about to pull you over. But how, as far as mustaches go, how would you rate the mustache?
You know those like super fancy, big, thick mustaches that curl
Uh-huh.
like really far around? Is that the 10? Is
Yeah,
no
probably. That would probably be a 10.
Okay, so that's a 10 and no mustache is 0.
Yes.
Okay, so he's like a 7 or an 8.
Solid rating. I was going to put you at 6.
Whoa!
I'm a better friend than Stark.
You just advanced.
Heavy.
I mean, I really don't like mustaches.
Oh, the truth comes out.
That seems a little okay.
I can't really rate them because I don't like them. So
What that actually means is that the rating would be so low she's not willing to say it.
It's even below 0.
Yep. Well, I just had to know. Had to know what our female viewers thought. So far, mostly positive. Cami,
Well,
Or
in
you
terms
down.
of mustaches, a lot of them have not liked. Well, no, half of them haven't liked mustaches. We asked Michaela and Shay.
Shay likes mustaches.
Yeah,
Though.
she likes mustaches, so it's been half and half. So.
Bronwyn, are you a mustache gal?
I don't dislike mustaches.
You're like kind of mixed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
She sees the beauty in all things. Unlike Cami, she sees the beauty in a lot of things, but not your mustache.
Yeah, apparently.
I have a more refined taste.
Goodness.
I'm sorry I interrupted your thing, but we had to know. So
Yeah.
Back
Now
to
we
you,
know.
Williams.
Now we
Yeah, now we do.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now we have a very special treat. Today we are doing some personality tests
Oh, really?
to determine who we really are as people.
Really?
Yes,
I've often wondered who I am.
as have I. And so this will be the perfect opportunity.
Yes.
Now we talked about like the Myers-Briggs personality test,
Mm-hmm.
but I looked that up online, and to do the official one, that costs money. However, to do basically the same thing, it's called like a 16-point personality
Yeah.
thing.
Mhm.
That's free. And that's accessible.
I mean, we could put our expensive budget into it, but we decided
Yeah,
not
well,
to.
our vast budget from all our listeners, but best saved for a rainy day. You know?
Yeah, it's true. I mean, we'd rather save it for, I don't know, stopping world hunger and whatnot.
We're such philanthropists.
Yeah, we are.
All right, so I think we should start by everyone pulling out your phone.
All right.
Well, okay.
Hold on, let's see.
Okay, and we'll do the 16 personality free personality
Yeah.
test one.
It's like a website called 16 Personalities.
Yeah. All right.
16 personalities.
All right, guys. We have to be ourselves and answer honestly.
What if I don't want to?
Uh,
What if I'm a sociopath?
What if I'm a
well, that's
terrible
your own
person?
problem.
Well, fair enough.
I hope the questions are all the same for all of us as we go through. and
Well,
it's not like
is the first
shuffled.
one you regularly make new friends?
Yes. All right.
Where do-
Let's go.
Oh, okay.
We're good to go.
I got this. Take the test.
Maybe. I just pressed. Oh yeah, there
There
you
we
are.
go.
Yeah.
You regularly make new friends.
I'm on the more disagree part.
I'm on the first disagree.
I'm on the.
How should we explain these?
Do we have to explain?
Well,
I
like
mean, probably there's some people that are going to be
Oh.
listening. So if they
What?
just listen to us,
I don't like people.
wait, no, that's not what I mean. I mean, how should we explain like the 3 positive, the middle, and then the 3 negative? Like the
Oh.
3
No,
degrees of
just what you feel, you know.
very
Okay.
much agree,
kind of agree.
kind of agree.
Okay, kind of disagree,
Neutral.
very disagree. I
Yeah.
see. All right. Okay. All right. Nice.
So
I don't
reg-
hate people.
Wait.
but I-
What did
you
you
know.
put for regularly make new friends?
I was on the disagree side, not at the full disagree.
I put
one right
myself
next
on
to
the agree, not on the full agree, but the next one over.
hmm
See, we are different.
Bronwyn,
I did slightly disagree.
slightly disagree. Cami,
I did neutral.
neutral.
Ooh.
Fair enough. Seems like I'm the most outgoing one here.
Seems like I'm the nicest one here so far.
Well, that's what I was thinking, but I didn't want to say it.
Well, I could tell.
I've also been accused of being very humble, and I think that's true.
Hey,
Proud of that.
So humble, it honestly makes you proud. You spend a lot of your free time exploring various topics that catch your interest.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm pretty heavy on the agree.
Yeah, I agree strongly on that one.
Yeah.
Seeing other people cry can make you feel like you want to cry too.
Out
Disagree.
of disappointment.
What the heck? Oh my gosh.
Disappointment.
I
For the
agree
record,
so
ladies,
strongly.
never cry around Williams.
Okay. It sounds like he'll beat us up.
He's not. You know how he's like becoming more fatherly with his mustache. He's not the supporting fatherly type. He's the
I'm more like the beat
angry,
the bad out of
disappointed
Ah.
father type.
Angry father type.
Yes, the angry
Yeah.
father type.
I put strongly
Eh.
agree for seeing other people
I'm
cry.
more on the disagree
Oh,
side.
really?
Yeah.
Tammy, what'd you put?
Strongly disagree.
Strongly
Oh,
disagree.
shoot.
That's what I put too.
All right, I'm
So
the only
you're the most
sympathetic one
empathetic person
Yeah.
here, or sympathetic. I don't know.
I
Well, we don't know
actually-
the results, so we won't know until the end of the test.
Well, that's true. We can't jump the gun here. What if it's using reverse psychology on us?
Exactly. You often make a backup plan for a backup plan.
What the? Where is your question? Mine says you prioritize and plan tasks effectively, often completing them well before
Do
the
these
deadline.
change as you?
Yeah, mine doesn't say that.
Oh shoot, that's what mine says. Mine says what yours says.
Some of these tests are rude.
Well, on the backup plan for a backup plan, I slightly agree. Just
Yeah.
I prioritize and plan tasks effectively, often completing them well before the deadline. Williams, what do you think?
I would say strongly disagree.
I didn't put strongly disagree. I just put disagree.
Okay, whatever you
Tammy,
say.
what do you think?
For which one?
For the most recent question.
For whichever one, whichever
I
question you
haven't
had.
gotten that one yet.
Oh, weird.
What was your question? What did you put?
It asked, "You are very sentimental."
And what did you put?
I think I'll put neutral.
Neutral?
again.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Usually stay calm even under a lot of pressure.
Hey, that's mine too.
That's
I
also
agree.
mine.
Yeah.
You prefer having a few close friends to a wide circle of acquaintances. Okay, what if I have a lot of close friends? Like, not like not to brag, but like I genuinely have a lot of close friends. Ask
My
Wiggins.
name's Starks, and I'm popular.
I think
But,
the
like-
question is, would you rather hang out with 2 of your close friends or like 10 of your close friends? In that case, like what would you put for that?
I mean, if they're close friends, the number doesn't matter. If they are actually close friends, 10 people.
Okay.
But would I rather hang out with like 10 acquaintances or a couple close friends? I'd rather hang out with a couple close friends.
I see.
Mine was at social events. You tend to stick with people you know rather than introducing yourself to new people.
That was also mine. and
That's
I
definitely
I'm
strongly
fairly
agree.
strong on the agree.
All right, so we're the same person. Nice.
It's true.
Bronwyn.
Bronwyn, I'm going to recommend to you, even though you're the same person, don't grow a mustache.
Okay.
It would look a little different on you,
You make
and
a good
Cami wouldn't like it.
This is a good point.
It might affect your friendship.
She'll stop talking to me. She's only friends with me because I don't have a mustache.
Exactly.
Yes, Cami
That's
is
the
pretty
distance
harsh.
between Cami and I.
Well, that's why Bronwyn thought you two were friends, but I never heard Cami say anything about
Yeah,
you two
she was
being
like,
friends,
yeah.
Yes.
I just saw her glaring at you.
Yeah, she's more
Making
like,
rude
we're
gestures with
workplace
her hands
acquaintances.
occasionally.
She's like breaking pencils right now in anger.
Yeah, like she's staring at me like really, yeah.
Her
really
eyes
upset.
are twitching. Yeah.
Cami, those are the only pencils we have.
Cami, stop. There's not enough.
Sorry, guys.
Cami, no.
Alright. My next question is: you are often told by others that you are very reliable.
Same.
So okay, yeah, I'm putting.
What are your questions,
Agreed.
Cami? Ours are totally different
Yeah.
from theirs.
Yeah, I've just been kind of going
I
through
get
it.
that.
Oh, fair enough.
Okay, Cami's gone off the deep end.
You rarely worry about whether you make a good impression on people you meet. Strongly disagree.
Strongly disagree.
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough. Mine is you enjoy setting specific and measurable goals for yourself. I agree. Not like
Well,
strongly
yeah,
agree.
you said them.
Do I always follow up with them?
Hey, that's half the battle.
That's
Setting
true. It's setting the goals.
Yeah.
Nice.
You're very sentimental. Oh,
Hey, that's
I'm
mine
catching
too.
up to you guys.
Okay.
Oh
Nice.
yeah, that's mine. I am
Cammy
so
is
sentimental.
already past that question.
I'm decently sentimental. Well, Cammy's way ahead of all of us.
Yeah, I'm like almost. done.
I'm a little sentimental.
I'm crazy sentimental.
I'm a little sentimental. I keep a box of stuff, like memory stuff.
Yeah. The good old days. Back when I was happy.
You were
That was a
happy?
joke.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a joke. He's never been happy.
Yeah.
You like to use organizing tools like schedules and lists. Oh, that's a good one.
You like having them? I got that same question, and I like the idea of them.
Yeah.
Me too. I put slightly disagree because like if it's there and I use it, then it's fine. If I don't use it, I'd rather not have to write it down. You see, so it's just kind of there.
I just put
I'm gonna hit
disagree.
neutral.
My problem with those is the maintenance. I like making the list. I like having them, but then when I have to put in things every day, then I just am like, eh.
I'm pretty good with my Google Calendar. Like if I'm having an event and I really want to remember it, it goes right there on the Google Calendar.
I will say, doing the executive secretary, calling for our ward for the church, has made me a little bit more organized because you have to be.
Nice.
You're expected to set appointments at certain times.
Which is ridiculous.
You're telling me. Cammy? What are you even
What was
doing
the
over there?
question?
Well,
No,
well,
what-
we're
what
asking
do you
you
have?
what the question is.
I'm waiting for you guys.
Oh, you done?
No, I'm,
finished the
No, I'm like at 30%.
Well, we're at
I'm at
15%.
I'm at 15%. You're doubling.
You're
it,
flying
Cammy.
through.
I didn't get the questions. You
Cammy's
got,
an
so I was
overachiever.
trying to find them.
Cammy's just going for
Waves,
it.
don't hold Cammy's overachieverness against her.
I think by the end we can talk about certain questions because you got them out of order from us. So
Yeah.
we'd like to talk about them. I'm sure.
Okay, mine says you often ponder how future innovations could revolutionize our everyday lives.
Oh,
Agree.
nice.
I've thought about that.
Mine is even a small mistake can cause you to doubt your overall abilities and knowledge.
Same.
I strongly agree with that.
A mistake? What's that?
Typical Starks.
Starks is perfect, actually.
Like Mary Poppins, practically perfect.
Well, I've been accused a time or two, you know. Also humble, just saying.
Yeah, more on the agree side on that one.
Nice.
Mine is you feel comfortable just walking up to someone you find interesting and striking up a
Yeah,
conversation.
that was mine too.
Was it?
I
Oh,
have
good.
a feeling ours are going to be the same the rest of the time.
Well,
Yeah,
good.
Cammy's the only one just going off in outer
I mean,
space over there.
Mine's varied a little bit, but it seems to kind of come back in line, you
Ah,
know?
I see.
Cammy just decided she wants to do her own thing.
Yeah, she's a completely different person.
Yeah, so me and
Completely separate from
me
us.
and Brandon are kind of like, or Williams, my bad, are kind of like the iron rod in this case. And
Yeah, the word of God.
Yeah.
Really? Interesting. Or, you know, I think that it's a fairly well accepted fact that what society does in general, or what the majority of people do in general, is not always the correct thing.
Mm.
So just because there's more of you doesn't make it the right thing. Right,
Well,
Cammy?
There's two
Oh,
of
yeah.
us, so it's not like, everyone, but I'm
Yeah,
just
but it's the
saying
majority.
No, wrong.
that- Fake news.
Fake news. The stingray is not pregnant. This is not.
Oh.
This is not it.
Yeah, I made all of that up.
Yeah.
That's why you had heard of it separately from me.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I'm actually just very good at disseminating information.
I see. Okay, my question is: do you feel comfortable just walking up to someone you find interesting and striking up a conversation? My answer for that is strongly agree.
Oh,
Surprising.
I'm more on the disagree side on that one.
Oh, this is the first
Yeah,
time
I'm
you and I-
strongly disagree.
If I think someone looks cool or whatever, I'll go up to them and be like, "You look cool. Tell me where you got your rings or whatever." Right? Like something that I know enough about that I could talk to them about it. Then yeah.
I'll do it sometimes. Williams?
I do it on a rare occasion.
Usually if you see someone with anything Johnny Cash.
Well, yes, and I'd
Or
be
a
like,
mustache.
Or a
Hey.
mustache.
Yes.
well, no, sometimes I admire people with mustaches from afar. Because sometimes if you see a really good mustache, you don't want to ruin it because they're just going about doing their thing, and that's part of the beauty of the mustache.
Oh, I see.
And so you see them, and you point out to your friends or whoever, that is a good mustache. I'll never forget. I was at an event, Casper's dance recital. I saw an old man, hair as white as the driven snow, with his beautiful white, snow white mustache, and it was just
You fell in
top
love.
tier. I was like, wow. I told the people around me, I was like, he has a fantastic mustache, but I just didn't. I couldn't tell him that.
Mm.
I couldn't.
You know, the way you started that story made me think we were about to go on a marvelous adventure. You were like, hair, white as the driven snow.
It was that
And I
magical.
realized that it was Santa Claus. And yada. I thought like we were about to go on a story of a lifetime. And then you were like, I didn't say anything to him.
That could be the book
And that
that
was
I
the
write.
climax.
That could be the book that I write.
You want to write a book?
Yes.
If I had listened to the podcast, would I know this?
No.
Probably. I don't know.
We haven't talked about you writing a book on here.
Well,
if you
we
were a
kinda
good friend,
joked about it,
then you'd
yeah.
know this.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you were in the inner circle.
I see.
Wait,
So are
didn't you
ready?
say she was in the inner circle earlier?
No.
I gave you a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, it's
Well,
true.
And then you're
You're
like, Bronwyn,
You're
I'm
getting
flattered.
closer to the inner circle. You're in a circle.
Okay. Well, you were like, Bronwyn, I'm flattered. You're my best friend and my favorite person ever now. And
No,
you're
did
no,
say that.
I didn't go
Circle.
that
He
far.
did say
That's
that.
what
I
you said.
I
heard
didn't go
it.
that far.
We have it on. We recorded it. It's on
Yeah.
record.
All right.
did
Well,
say
we'll
that.
go back and listen to it again. But
Fact check true.
all right, you're not too interested in discussions about various interpretation of creative works.
Wrongly.
Mm.
Williams, you better put the disagree because you like to talk about creative works.
Such as.
Our last two episodes that Williams picked the topic
I said
were
you are not too interested in.
well then put disagree. That's what I
Yeah.
said. Our last two episodes
'Cause you
you
are
picked the topics
interested.
were beauty. That was your topic. And the next one was art.
Well,
Those seem like
we were talking about
discussions of creative
specific
arts.
Well, we did discuss a couple. All right, I'll be on the disagree side. I don't know, sometimes it depends what it is, because sometimes I just don't give a care. And people are like, "Oh, but this piece of art means this and that, and it could mean this."
I love that. I live for that stuff.
Are you familiar with Robert Frost, the poet?
A little bit. Like I know the name.
He's wrote several poems. One of which is the often remembered one, the road less traveled by.
Yeah.
That's often been referred to as this profound work. Did you know that it was just like a joke about his friend who could never decide on anything? Super indecisive.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's why he wrote it.
Sick.
I mean, it's cool that it has these serious interpretations and that we can use it that way, but
Mhm.
in reality, it's just a a funny poem about his friend.
Yeah, this is interesting.
So,
Cami, I know you don't have this question, but are you interested in discussing creative topics and stuff like that?
If they agree with me.
oh,
So Cami likes discussions where we're all on the same side. She doesn't like to disagree with you. I like it.
Yeah, I don't want to waste time arguing.
Oh, I see. That's a good point.
no fun.
On the other hand, Williams loves wasting time arguing.
Yeah, that's all I did the first 2 months of work with
Yeah,
him. Was just
that
argue
was
with
what we
him.
did.
Oh, really?
But that's
Well-
what made it so much fun.
It really did. He called me sassy the first day, and then I had an identity crisis for 2 weeks because I had never been called sassy before, and I was like, "Am I sassy?"
And from the little bit you've known that he's sassy.
Okay, question: am I sassy?
I wouldn't describe you as sassy, no.
Okay.
Sorry, Williams.
Right off the bat. But
Right off
by the end of this podcast,
By the
you're
end of this
saying, yeah,
podcast-
she's sassy.
No. The first day of work with you, you called me sassy.
Yeah,
It
because it
was
was
just
hilarious.
because she couldn't hear you, and so she asked you to repeat what you said.
I just go, huh? And you go, sassy.
The sass. That's
Yeah.
probably what I said.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
the
sass. He says that a lot.
Mhm.
Usually whenever you're saying a
Whenever I
valid
get
point
back
to him.
talked to.
No. It's whenever you make a valid point to Williams that he says the sass. Like
Well,
it's some
'cause
cure
it's
all
obviously
comment.
wrong.
Mm. Well, Williams, that's your opinion, and you're entitled to it.
It's my fact.
We better not argue, otherwise Cami's gonna leave.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true.
Cammy's
We
like,
all
I
agree
can't
here.
bear this anymore.
Williams, you're a good man.
Not as
Bronwyn,
great
you're
as
not
you.
sassy.
Let's go. All right, my next question is: you prefer to keep your feelings private?
Mine is a derivative of that.
What is it?
You rarely talk about how
Oh.
something makes you feel.
Ah,
So what happened to the whole iron rod here that you
It's
guys were talking about
basically
earlier?
the same.
Uh-huh. Seems to me like you guys are clinging to hope there.
Hmm.
Guys, I'm already at the tree.
Are you
Are you
serious?
there?
she's like,
I'm
done.
not gonna lie. A minute ago, when they were talking, I just kind of started going through.
Oh well, no.
Should
wonder
I
he has
be
30%.
rushing through? I'm only at 20%. What did you
I'm at 30%, so I'm not that
Goodness.
far
I'm
ahead.
at 22%.
Maybe
Maybe already at 100.
I'm
Maybe-
at 50.
maybe you should just focus.
Get
Will
okay.
you?
Okay,
Yeah.
should we all zone in and just blaze
Well-
through it?
Fun.
Well, we can still discuss it.
Okay.
But I think we don't need to stay on the same question.
Okay.
Hypothetical discussions stimulate your mind more than practical conversations. No. I like practical conversations.
My question is: you rarely worry about whether you make a good impression on the people you meet. I disagree. I do worry about that.
Well, don't worry. We met earlier, and you made a bad impression.
Shoot.
Here's one.
I'm just kidding.
You enjoy participating in team-based activities. That'd be a strong disagree.
Yeah, you
Oh,
know.
really?
Disagree.
See, this
Yeah.
is what I'm talking about, where we're so different.
Mhm.
I'm strongly agree, and I answer the opposite of Williams in a lot of these questions.
Oh, I see. Interesting.
You are prone to worrying about things that will take a turn for the worst, or that things will take a turn for the worst. Sometimes I guess I'm gonna put neutral.
Mine is: you tend to be excited by deeper meanings or hidden implications, and I could strongly agree.
I do like that. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I do not consider myself an artistic type. Softly disagree. When making decisions, you focus more on logic and how others might feel about your actions. That's true.
You are prone to worrying that things will take a turn for the worse. I would agree. Or yeah. Yep. You need time to recharge after being around people? Yeah, I'm more on the agree side.
Mm-hmm.
I have an interesting question. It is: you like watching intellectually rigorous debates, even if they get intense or controversial.
Not Cami.
I like
Tim-
watching them. I
Oh,
don't like
you just
being
don't
in
like to
them.
be involved?
Oh.
Are you a non-conflict type of person, Cami?
Yes.
Okay, very
Yes.
nice. Well, that's good because Williams is very confrontational, and
yeah.
that's the
I've
second part of this
noticed.
podcast. Is he's going to argue with you about everything.
Yeah, all your life decisions and choices.
Oh, you're taking American studies, are you? Well, I heard that.
Not as good as philosophy, I hear.
If I had to choose, would I pick competence over friendliness when hiring? It's a very interesting question. I have no idea.
Depends on the job.
Yeah,
Because
I put
if
neutral.
it's like a store clerk, then friendliness.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're like looking for somebody who doesn't really need to deal with people, then competence.
Yeah.
I read that like extroverts usually rise to the top a lot faster, even if they're not qualified. Just because.
Starks.
You know, I'm a little hopeful here.
He is working on his degree.
I am working on my degree.
You'll be qualified, Starks. I know
Really?
you will.
Really? Well, thanks, Williams. I don't have a degree in philosophy, that's for darn sure.
Yes, that would help you, but
Yeah, it would. You find it challenging to express excitement outwardly in social settings, even for topics you're passionate about. I disagree, but also I'm not like the most expressive person. Like people will be like, "Oh, I just got this dream job," or "Oh, I'm getting married," and I'll be like, "That's awesome. Good for you." Your mood can change very quickly. Disagree.
Nice.
You think colleagues may see you as task-focused rather than relationship-oriented. I'm probably a little bit more relationship-oriented than I am task-focused, but I am pretty task-focused.
I got one.
Oh, go ahead. No, Bronwyn, you go.
Okay. I got you often spend a lot of time trying to understand views that are very different from your own. And I put strongly.
You consider yourself quite unconventional.
Are you asking us?
No,
No, you-
I don't know.
You do. You are.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
unconventional. It's good.
In a good way.
It's a good thing.
It's what makes Williams Williams.
I'll go on the agree side. Yeah.
You often end up doing things at the last possible moment. Strongly agree. I am in the middle of at the end of my semester right now for school, and let me tell you, I do things at the last possible moment.
I had not heard of Starks doing homework most of these last several weeks, but today, when I was talking to him on the phone earlier, he was trying to converse and do homework at the same time. So he was doing homework, which was good, but when he was doing homework.
Wait, you remember the one semester when we had the place off of? Oh, you're not good with directions. When we got our own apartment that you and I just had for a couple months.
Cox Apartments?
No, after that.
Oh yeah.
That semester I did all of the entire semester's worth of work the last 2 weeks. Do you remember that?
Yep.
I
do. Like, boys, I have to double down on this. I got to get this done.
And I did.
I have a question. So
yes.
The question is, your friends would describe you as lively and outgoing, and I know we're not friends, but me and Cami are friends. So
okay.
So Cam.
Well, I thought we were friends for a moment, Bronwyn, but go ahead, ask Cami.
Yeah, ask Cami. Cami, what do you think?
I think you are very lively and outgoing.
Okay. All right.
Brandon, this one is for you. You believe that pondering abstract philosophical questions is a waste of time.
Did you put agree?
Yeah, what did you put there, Cami?
I put neutral.
Safe.
Very non-committal of you.
Yeah.
You become bored or lose interest when discussion gets highly theoretical. Sometimes.
Oh no, that's the best time. That's when it's the best. It's super theoretical.
I like it. Okay, so here's my thing. I feel like sometimes we talk just to talk, and that makes the discussion cyclical. Is that how you say cyclical?
Cynical?
Cyclical, like in a cycle.
Yeah.
Oh, I've never heard that before.
It makes it circular. It makes it.
Bronwyn.
Yeah. It's like she's not even studying philosophy.
Yeah. Could you imagine?
It's like it's like circular. It makes the discussion circular, where it goes in a circle. And I feel like those conversations, if they go on for too long, tend to be more about feeling good and like feeling smart and whatever than they do about actually getting to a point. And I like getting to a point. So
I can understand why, but
yeah, I don't know.
That makes sense.
You rarely second guess the choices that you have made. You already finished?
Me and Cami got this is the rarest one. This is okay, because I know stuff about this. We got the 4% out of the whole world. This one's 4% of the population.
Well, that explains why you're also the only 2 women who didn't listen to the podcast.
That's a good one. But you're A and I'm T. That's the only difference.
What's the difference?
Yours is assertive and mine is turbulent. So you're like more confident in yourself than I am. I think is what assertive and turbulent
That means you could bully her.
Oh,
She doesn't beat me up.
Not
to be fair.
condoning that, Cami.
That's great. I had no idea we'd get the same thing.
No wonder we get along so well.
You find making a final decision difficult as it feels like you are closing the door on other possibilities. Not really.
you often express positive emotions and optimism in social settings.
Mm-hmm.
In social settings, I'm more optimistic, right?
Mm-hmm.
More optimistic.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would still describe you as being optimistic
Yeah.
in such
For
scenarios.
judging everybody.
Nice. Cool.
Well, I feel like I'm a little bit more optimistic. In
I
social
enjoy
settings.
going to art museums. I mean, sort of. I don't really seek them out, but if anyone's like, "Hey, do you want to go to the museum with me?" I'll go with them.
to a museum, then not an art museum.
Oh, yeah, you're right. An art museum. I'm going to disagree. You often have a hard time understanding others' feelings. So here's my question: do the questions shift based on how you answer? Is that why all of our tests
Maybe.
changed? Because you guys had the same answers for a little bit, and then you shifted.
You see unwavering discipline in pursuing long-term goals as fundamental to your success.
You
That's so
rarely
cool. I've
feel
never met
insecure.
another INFJ. This is cool.
What are you guys finding out?
Okay, so do you want me to read? Do you want me to read this later, or should I read it?
So
Ooh,
mine.
look at the results.
Okay, let's start with our guests. Bronwyn, you're the
Yes.
youngest here.
Okay. So I start.
Yes.
Should I just tell you what I am?
Tell us what you are and tell us what it means.
Oh, well, there's like 5 pages of what it means.
You don't have
but-
to read the whole thing. Just give us the
A
rundown.
brief synopsis.
Yes, a brief synopsis.
Okay, all right. I'm the advocate personality. I'm INFJ T, which is what I've been for a very long time. I've taken this before. The beginning quote that it says is treat people as if they were what they ought to be, and you help them become what they are capable of being.
Ooh.
It says idealistic in principles, people with the INFJ personality type, in parentheses advocates, aren't content to coast through life. They want to stand up and make a difference. For these compassionate personalities, success doesn't come from money or status, but from seeking fulfillment, helping others, and being a force of good in the world. There you go.
Okay, very nice.
Little thing.
All right, Cami.
So we got almost the same thing. I got INFJ A.
Whoa.
So the difference: assertive advocates, is what I am, are more likely to be confident and relaxed. Turbulent advocates are more likely to question themselves more and are ordinarily more sensitive to stresses. So I guess it's like the difference is how we handle stress.
Yeah,
Very nice.
which is very interesting. Yeah.
Williams, you want to go or you want me to go?
You can go.
Well, okay. I'm a campaigner.
Ooh.
ENFPA.
Ah.
Campaigners are
I can see
enthusiastic,
that.
creative,
Yeah.
and sociable free spirits who can always find a reason to smile. Except on Tuesdays.
I hate Tuesdays.
Energy, 68% extroverted, 32% introverted. Extroverted individuals readily enjoy group activities and value social interaction. They tend to be outwardly enthusiastic and express their excitement. Mind, 52% intuitive, 48% observant. Intuitive individuals are very imaginative, open-minded, and curious. They value originality and focus on hidden meanings and distant possibilities. Is this the same stuff you guys were reading? I feel like I'm reading more.
You're reading the like percentages and what the percentages mean, so you can keep reading that. That is helpful to know.
Yeah, it's giving us more about you.
Yeah.
See, I don't know if I agree with this one. This one says I'm 57% feeling and 43% thinking.
Ah.
Feeling individuals value emotional expression and sensitivity. They place a lot of importance on empathy, social harmony, and cooperation.
So you feel that isn't right?
Yes, I do. It makes me feel some kind of way. So wait, where did you say I needed to go?
So this is where I am. This is the page I'm on.
So this is what mine looks like.
Okay.
I
So
don't
if
know
you
how
just skip
to-
through, you can put your email in to send you the results, and then it'll send you the results, and then you can open them.
Oh, okay.
Or it might just let you go to the page. I don't know.
But it'll also give us a whole bunch of spam emails.
No, actually,
Oh,
I've
there we
never, never gotten an email from them. So, aside from my
Okay.
results, so
So you guys just read this top part?
yes.
Okay. So you guys got a bunch extra on me. You're welcome.
I'll use that to my advantage.
It doesn't interest me what you do for a living. I want to know what you ache for, and if you dare to dream of meeting your heart's longing. That's what it said in the introduction. I don't know what that has to do with me.
Is that the bolded? Is that the
That's the
quote?
bolded. Is that just a quote?
It's just a quote that an ENFP. You were ENFP?
Yes. ENFP-A/E/ENFP-T.
Okay, so I think you're the A because I think that's what you said first. So that's just like a quote that an ENFP said.
Okay.
Yeah.
So people with ENFP personality type, campaigners, are true free spirits, outgoing, open-hearted, and open-minded, with their lively, upbeat approach to life. ENFPs stand out in any crowd, but even though they can be the life of the party, they don't just care about having a good time. These personalities have profound depths that are fueled by their intense desire for meaningful emotional connections with others.
Ah. Very nice.
Especially on Tuesdays.
Tuesdays are a weird day, let me tell you.
They do. They stand out a little bit.
Whenever you're around Starks, you're going to have a weird Tuesday.
He's right. All right, Williams, it's up to you. Teach us your ways.
I'm a mediator.
Oh, you're an INFP?
INFP.
Oh my gosh.
Aww, we're
That's
so
so
close.
cute.
Aww.
Wait. Is that what you guys were always, INFPs?
No, so me and Cami are INFJs. He's an INFP, which is more like, that's actually really interesting. INFPs are like me and Cami, but they're more like,
You're daydreamers.
yeah, they're more daydreamers. They're more fluttery, sort of.
That's
is
true.
The word.
Williams, I would always describe you as fluttery. That seems like
Maybe
a
I
pretty
took the
accurate
test
word.
wrong.
No, that's actually really interesting. But to be fair, I only have
You are
met, like
a philosophy major.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Cami's got a point.
I've only met girls who are INFPs. So I've met,
Oh, really?
I've met
Williams.
no, I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm just saying if you're a guy, it's definitely different than being like a fluttery girl in that sort of way. You know what I'm saying?
No, I think fluttery is a pretty accurate word.
No. Okay, read us your introduction.
All right, hold on. Mediators are poetic, kind, and altruistic people, always eager to help a good cause.
Is this true?
I mean,
Are you
yeah.
a good person?
Well, that remains to be seen. Starks, am I a good person?
Next question.
Oh no.
I'm pretty heavily into the introverted.
Hmm.
About 83% into the introverted.
Dang.
I guess I tend to prefer fewer yet deep and meaningful social interactions, and often feel drawn to calmer environments.
Ah.
That's accurate.
I'm 54% intuitive and 46% observant. Ooh, that means I'm imaginative, open-minded, and curious.
Ah.
I value originality and focus on hidden meanings and distant possibilities.
Mm-hmm.
My nature, I'm 51% feeling.
Oh.
Oh, so you barely weren't with me and Cami. By like one, that's so close.
Yeah,
That's
by
crazy.
1% you were too fluttery.
Yeah.
Feeling,
Wait, what were we?
I value emotional
What was
expression,
the
sensitivity. I
percent
didn't
of-
know that.
You do, Williams.
Oh, I don't know.
Intuition.
I don't
My
know.
tactics,
I know my intuition.
51% prospecting. I'm very good at improvising and adapting to opportunities. Yeah, a flexible nonconformist. Did you know that?
I didn't know that. I thought, you know that, Williams, he's a flexible nonconformist.
Wait, you should read
I'm
us.
65% turbulent.
So you want to also go to the
I think
next
that's
part?
the same as mine. Yeah. 65.
I need to email myself, huh?
Actually, you can just hit next, I think.
Oh.
That's what I did. I mean, I hit.
Ah, here we are.
Yeah.
An introduction.
Don't read the bolded one. That's just a quote.
Oh.
Well, there's
Bolded
no
one.
there's no bolded one in yours. Wow.
Ours don't say anything.
Weak.
They're quiet. They're just fluttering around. Sorry.
William, stop fluttering about and get to the reading. Jeez.
Although they may seem quiet or unassuming, people with the INFP personality type, mediators,
Mm-hmm.
as we so call ourselves, have vibrant, passionate inner lives.
Oh.
Creative and imaginative, they happily lose themselves in daydreams, inventing all sorts of stories and conversations in their mind. INFPs are known for their sensitivity. These personalities can have profound emotional responses to music, art, nature, and the people around them. They are known to be extremely sentimental and nostalgic, often holding onto special keepsakes and memorabilia that brighten their days and fill their heart with joy. Idealistic and empathetic. People with the INFP personality type long for deep, soulful relationships, and they feel called to help others. Due to the fast-paced and competitive nature of our society, They may sometimes feel lonely or invisible, adrift in a world that doesn't seem to appreciate the traits that make them unique. Yet it is precisely because INFPs brim with such rich sensitivity and profound creativity that they possess the unique potential to connect deeply and initiate positive change.
Wow. That was
Well-
Do you want me to read the bolded one? It's by J.R.R. Tolkien. Hold on.
Oh, you should read it.
All that is gold does not glitter. Not all those who wander are lost. The old that is strong does not wither. Deep roots are not reached by the frost.
Ah, wow. You wrote that?
Williams, I'm proud of you.
The way I read it, you would have thought I did.
It's true.
Wow.
Well, Williams, how accurate do you feel like that is?
Actually, I feel like it's fairly accurate.
Yeah. My only problem is it didn't mention your mustache. So I
Yeah,
was kind
there
of
was a
wondering how
sheer-like
good this
mustache in
test actually is.
Yeah.
So did you guys feel like yours were accurate?
Yeah.
Yeah, I took this like a few years ago and I got the same thing. So I was curious to see like if my personality had changed in like
Me too.
the last 5 years, and it has not.
Fair enough. This is my first time taking it, so
Yeah, same.
we're at a disadvantage over here.
Yours
Every once
is
in a while, I
definitely very
see
accurate.
like people
Oh, fair enough.
either on a dating website or whatever, or a dating app,
Mm-hmm.
they'll like put the little
The little.
letters.
Yeah.
I have no,
Oh,
I have
people put this
never,
on
no
dating
idea.
apps? Oh, really?
Have you not seen that?
I haven't.
Because I
You
have
should
a
put
few
yours.
times.
Yours is a green flag.
Put yours, Williams.
I don't know.
It's a green flag. But wait, do you trust Bronwyn?
'Cause
Your friend?
So
Your
all that I'm
best
gonna get
friend?
is no way. Hold on. Let me see what I am. The INFP too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
then that's
Is there-
fine. That's a conversation starter. Conversation starting is half the battle on dating apps.
No, but if you start with an I, you need somebody that starts with an E to balance you out.
I disagree.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Are you gonna have a debate? Cammy
No,
hates
'cause-
those.
Cammy will
Cammy, are you willing to stand for what you say?
Well, in my personal experience, I've always been like more attracted to extroverts, and I think it's because it like balances out my introvertedness. So
So you need
I
an
can see
extrovert.
the virtues.
Oh, is that
of
what
both.
is that what the
I
INE
don't know.
stands for? Is introvert, extrovert?
You're the only extrovert here.
Well,
Look at you, you handsome devil.
I've been accused of being unique a time or two. Also, I happen to know that all of you find me attractive. Williams, calm yourself down.
I find them probably the most attractive.
Oh, Williams.
Wait, should we go through our strengths and weaknesses?
Is that on here?
Yes. So one thing over
Oh.
is strengths and weaknesses.
One thing. Oh,
Oh, yo.
I think this would be interesting if people are comfortable doing this,
I am.
revealing this much about yourself.
But this is
on
pretty
air.
easy because the weakness is
my
it's
mom
just
was
blank.
saying, and we mentioned this on a podcast a while ago, that she wants to get. She feels like the podcast that she listens to, she's friends with the people talking, and she just
Oh.
feels like we need to be more.
Well, that's
you
the
know,
problem, Williams, is you don't let friends in easily. Right, Bronwyn?
That's
yeah,
right. That
he's
inner
let me in
circle.
and cut me out twice in this podcast.
Yeah, it's true. And Cammy, she doesn't even want to be your friend.
I know. I feel that the enmity coming off of her,
Like I said, she's been over there making rude gestures to you this entire time.
making fun of the mustache silently.
Why don't we? Yeah. Oh, silently. She keeps on like stroking her upper lip, and then she looks at you and sticks her tongue out at you.
Kinda rude.
Bronwyn, do you want to start us off?
Yeah. So because
Just
me
do
and Cammy,
straights, and then go ahead. Sorry.
Were you
oh, just
saying
because
this-
me and Cammy have the same ones, how should we do it?
Oh,
Split it up a bit.
yes. You guys have the same strengths and weaknesses.
We'll split
Yes.
ours up too.
Well, okay.
Like
Uh,
I can read the first half of the strengths and you can read the second half.
Okay.
Okay. Well, let me see how many there are. Okay.
30?
I'll read 3. You have 30 strengths.
No, there's like 5.
Yeah. Okay. All right. For starters, there is insightful. People with the INFJ personality type, advocates, know all too well that appearances can be misleading. These personalities strive to move beyond superficiality and seek out the deeper truths in life. This can give them an almost uncanny ability to understand people's true motives, feelings, and needs. Yes. Principled. INFJs tend to have strong beliefs and values, particularly when it comes to matters of ethics. They consider lying to be morally wrong, and they make a concerted effort
My
to
bad.
not deceive others, even when they could directly benefit from doing so. In fact, they are the least likely personality type to say they sometimes take advantage of other people. Okay. Passionate. INFJ personalities crave a sense of purpose in life. Rather than living on autopilot or sticking to the status quo, they want to chase after their dreams. This isn't a personality type that shies away from shooting for the stars. They are energized and passionate, by the beauty of their visions for the future.
Altruistic. People with this personality type aren't happy to succeed at another person's expense. They want to use their strengths for the greater good, and they rarely lose sight of how their words and actions might affect others. In their heart of hearts, they want to make the world a better place, starting with the people around them. And then the last one is creative. They aren't exactly like everyone else, and that's a wonderful thing. They embrace their creative side, always on the lookout for opportunities to express themselves and think outside the box.
You were almost there with them, Williams. 1%.
I know, 1%.
The 1%. I liked the part when it talked about how you guys aren't comfortable with lying, because that's in bold at the top of mine. It's like loves lying, just right there.
Whoa!
Are you serious?
No.
He was lying.
I was lying,
Oh,
which
no.
also illustrates my point.
I do think it's funny that it's like they don't like lying. Like who does like lying? It's just interesting. Oh,
When I was little.
Yeah, I've heard that Cami was quite the liar in her past.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've changed my ways.
Nice.
Have
Well,
you?
good.
Or is that a lie?
We don't know. So, anything particular stand out to you guys that you guys felt like was particularly true, untrue, or interesting?
I think the creative one got me pretty much to a T, and the passionate one. I think those are. Oh, and insightful. I mean, these all feel very accurate to me. But I think I have a knack for being like, oh, I have a bad feeling. Like I will trust my feelings.
That's fair.
Very quickly. And then passionate, yeah, I'm very passionate about the things I like and everything like that. And then creative for me. I think those are the most accurate for myself.
Okay.
Yeah. Cami?
Yeah, I think like the main one is insightful. Like I'm really good at being able to tell what people like, if people are feeling comfortable or not. Like it's like it just like radiates off them if they're like uncomfortable.
You're very observant of people's body language.
Yeah,
Yes?
yeah, or like
Okay.
like their tone and stuff like that.
That's fair.
So, yeah,
Is Williams comfortable?
seems a little uncomfortable right now.
Williams, you're uncomfortable?
I guess if she
His
said so.
His arms are crossed. He's sitting stick up.
I just folding my arms. I don't know what to say.
I'm gonna be honest, Cami. This is a Williams comfort position. I've seen him in this position so many times. I'm beginning to doubt your assessment a little bit.
Wait, Cami, am I comfortable?
Yes.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go. Am I comfortable?
Very comfortable.
Oh, good. So,
Cami,
Williams, why are you
Cami,
uncomfortable?
uncomfortable?
Are you nervous about sharing
No,
your
no.
innermost?
Remember that question?
strengths?
I'm unconventional. That's why
That's
I'm
true.
hard to
Oh, that makes sense.
He's just like flying around the room. I don't really know
Yeah.
what's happening.
read.
He's just a little different.
Clouds.
We
Got my head in the clouds.
we worry about
I'm
him.
never gonna live this thing down.
Oh,
Forever change.
You fluttery Williams.
Yeah.
You.
All of a sudden, I've just felt I'm becoming more fluttery as this goes on.
he's sprouting wings. Quick, catch him.
Oh boy.
Oh
Williams,
my
are you next or me?
You can go ahead.
Well, okay. I will. As the only person here who has an E at the beginning of their letters.
Okay.
I'm curious. People with ENFP personality type, campaigners. I'm not running for office, by the way, even though it keeps calling me a campaigner.
Yet.
Can find
That could be a
beauty
lie.
and fascination in nearly anything. Imaginative and open-minded, ENFP personalities aren't afraid to venture beyond their comfort zone in search of new ideas, experiences, and adventures. Moreover, their curiosity extends beyond simply seeking novelty. They also have a deep desire to understand how things work and why they are the way they are. Perceptive. To people with this personality type, no one is unimportant. Except for Williams. I'm sorry, Williams. I'm just kidding. You're very important. In fact, you're the best man ever.
Starks. No, that's you.
Anyway, it's my turn. Excuse you. Which might explain how they can pick up on even the subtlest shift in another person's mood or expression, because they're so sensitive to other people's feelings and needs. ENFPs can make full use of their caring, considerate nature. Enthusiastic. When someone captures their imagination and inspires them, ENFP personalities want to share it with anyone who will listen. And they're just as eager to hear other people's ideas and opinions, even if those thoughts are wildly different from their own. Excellent communicators. People with ENFP personality type brim with things to say, but they can be caring listeners as well. This gives them a nearly unmatched ability to have, you guys hear that? Unmatched ability to have positive and enjoyable conversations with all sorts of people, even people who aren't particularly sociable or agreeable. Easygoing. ENFPs might live for deep, meaningful conversation, but they can also be spontaneous and lighthearted. These personalities know how to find fun and joy in the present moment. Oh, that's Cami opening her sparkling water.
Yeah. In case you're wondering what that sound was.
I hope you guys could hear it. It's a characteristic of our show.
She stitched the mic for this moment.
She was prepared.
She didn't want it to be known, but now the world knows.
Well, we shouted it out. You're welcome. Somewhere in easygoing. These personalities know how to find fun and joy in the present moment, like when Cami opens her soda, and few things give them more pleasure than sharing their joy with others. Good-natured and positive. All these strengths come together to form a person who is warm-hearted and approachable, with an altruistic spirit and a friendly disposition. ENFPs strive to get along with pretty much everyone, and their circle of acquaintances and friends often stretches far and wide.
Oh, you talked about that. Oh, very nice.
It's true. All true. And
like
then
it's
under
you.
weaknesses, it's just blank. That's kind of interesting.
It's weird.
Another lie.
Yeah. Wait, you weren't supposed to point that out. I skipped that section.
Prone to lie.
ENFPs love lying.
That was listed as a strength. So.
Oh, it really helps us get ahead in the business world.
Ah.
All right, Williams.
All right.
Tell us your deepest, darkest secrets.
No, you're just your strengths.
You didn't want to hear?
The secrets are coming later.
Yeah.
Not very empathetic of you. Which is my first strength, being empathetic. People with the INFP personality type, mediators, me,
Yes.
don't just care about those around them in an abstract sense. They can actually feel another person's emotions, from joy and elation.
Wait, what am I feeling right now?
Elation.
You got me.
Because of their sensitivity, these personalities can be thoughtful and kind-hearted, and they hate the idea of hurting anyone, even unintentionally. Generous. Thanks, Kimmy.
Wait, Cami wasn't mic'd up.
Oh, Cami, can you do that
she
again?
let out a little-
Read that
Yeah.
line.
All right.
And make it Cami.
Play it back, Cami.
And they hate the idea of hurting anyone, even unintentionally.
Oh.
There we go. Our show's not scripted, probably.
Generous. INFPs rarely enjoy succeeding at others' expense. They feel called to share the good things in their lives, give credit where it's due, and uplift the people around them. These personalities want to contribute to a world where every voice is heard and no one's needs go unmet. Open-minded. Tolerant and accepting, INFPs try not to judge anyone else's beliefs, lifestyles, or decisions. This is a personality type that prefers compassion to fault-finding. Many feel empathy even for those who have done wrong. Because they're so accepting, INFPs often become confidants for their friends and loved ones, and occasionally for total strangers. Creative. INFP personalities love to see things from unconventional perspectives. Philosophy degree coming in. Few things give them more pleasure than allowing their mind to wander through all sorts of ideas and possibilities and daydreams. It's no wonder, then, that many INFPs are drawn to creative pursuits, or that this personality type is well represented among writers and artists. Passionate. INFPs contain a deep well of passion, primarily driven by their profound empathy, strong internal values, and ceaseless curiosity about the human experience. That sounds like philosophy right there. Human
Well, I don't
experience.
know. It didn't sound boring enough.
Anyway, when an idea or movement captures their imagination, these individuals want to give their whole heart to it. People with the INFP personality type may not always be outspoken, but that doesn't diminish their strong feelings for a cause that speaks to their beliefs and convictions. idealistic. INFP personalities strive to follow their conscience even when doing the right thing isn't easy or convenient. They rarely lose sight of their desire to live a meaningful, purpose-filled life, one that helps others and leaves the world a better place.
Wow.
Excellent reading. Excellent.
Well done.
That was beautiful.
Very proud of you.
Which ones do you feel like are accurate to you? Like most of them probably, but if you had to pick one that's more accurate.
Well, I'm looking through. Well, that was the weaknesses I was looking through. I was like,
What
doesn't that look
happened?
familiar? I don't know. I mean, all of them are seem pretty cool.
You have a favorite?
A favorite.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite strength?
What's your favorite strength? Other than your muscles, okay, Williams?
Well,
we don't need
and
you to
his
brag about
mustache.
that
That goes with that,
anymore.
and especially the mustache.
That's the mustache.
The one I like the most out of all of these, I think, is the creative one, probably.
Nice.
Great.
I mean,
very nice.
Cool.
The one that I appreciated the most out of all of these.
Nice.
You are quite a creative feller,
Well,
as they say.
okay, if you say so.
Bronwyn, we're back to you. Do you
All
want to lead us with some weaknesses?
Yes, sir. Okay, there's 5. So I'll read 2 this time, Cami.
2.5. Gotta make it even.
All right. First one is sensitive to criticism. INFJs are often adverse to criticism, especially if they believe that someone is challenging their most cherished principles or values. When it comes to the issues that are near and dear to them, people with this personality type can become defensive, dismissive, or angry. And then the second one is reluctant to open up. INFJ personalities value honesty and authenticity, but they are also private. They may find it difficult to open up and be vulnerable about their struggles, not wanting to be.
Well,
that was
Williams.
me. That's my bad.
For the record, that's his fourth.
They're sparkling
There's
waters,
sparkling
though,
waters,
so
though. It's not alcohol.
Mom, if you're listening,
or soda.
It is just water at the end of the
I
day.
just am looking at this impressive stack of cans on the table.
I don't know what you're talking about. Continue, Bronwyn.
Okay. All right. They may find it difficult to open up and be vulnerable about their struggles, not wanting to burden someone else with their issues. Unfortunately, when they don't ask for help, they may inadvertently hold themselves back or create distance in their relationships.
Okay. Perfectionistic. These visionary personalities are all but defined by idealism. While this is a wonderful quality in many ways, it doesn't always leave room for the messiness of real life. They might find it difficult to appreciate their jobs, living situations, or relationships if they're continually fixating on imperfections and wondering whether they should be looking for something better. 4, avoiding the ordinary. They yearn to do extraordinary things with their lives, but it's hard to achieve anything extraordinary without breaking it down to small, manageable steps. Unless they translate their dreams into everyday routines and to-do lists, they may struggle to turn their grand visions into reality. And the last one is prone to burnout. Their perfectionism and reserve leave them with few options for letting off steam. People with this personality type can exhaust themselves if they don't balance their drive to help others with necessary self-care and rest.
Thoughts? Disagreements? Agreements?
When I was little, well, not little, when I was like 15 when I first took this, I felt like the perfectionism was very accurate. And in the last couple of years, I've had very terrible interactions with very perfectionistic people. And I've been working very, very hard to not be so perfectionist. And I don't think it really lines up anymore.
Yeah,
So,
I would guess
yeah.
you have some. You can have some, like, effect on these from conscious effort.
Yeah, I really try not to be perfectionistic. So I think that's what I disagree with. And well, I think I am kind of prone to burnout, and I am very avoidant of the ordinary. I will say that. So yeah,
Fair.
and reluctant to open up. I mean, they're all
They're all
but
pretty accurate.
yeah.
Cami, thoughts?
I think the only one that I don't necessarily agree with is sensitive to criticism. Like, I mean, obviously, like, nobody likes criticism, and it makes you feel bad, but I think, like...
Are you a
like
criticism seeker?
More like
Him is out there just looking
I
for
just
criticism.
don't really like at the end of the day I just do what I want to do.
Fair.
Like if my parents say like they don't like what I'm doing, like I just do it anyway. So.
Fair enough.
Nice.
So what you're saying is that the criticism that this is providing, you're kind of rejecting.
Yeah.
I guess,
She's
yeah.
a rebel. She's like one of those rock stars, you know, constantly trying to get rid of the man.
Yeah.
Stick
Yeah.
it to the man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
stick to the
But
man.
in this case, the man is her parents, which only one of them is a man,
Yeah.
coincidentally. But
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
Yeah.
Or is this quiz the man? Is that the real
Ooh.
question?
I think as far as Cammy's concerned, from what I can tell, it doesn't matter. She rejects the man in the form of the quiz,
and everything else.
sometimes in the form of her parents
I see.
Or men.
or men. Yes, she rejects many men.
whoa.
We just learned
Ah.
it happens, you know.
Oh my god.
All right. ENFP weaknesses. Well, I don't agree with any of these.
Typical ENFP, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh, okay. INF fluttery boy. What do you got to say to yourself?
Ooh, that one stung.
Oh my gosh.
All right, people pleasing. Most people with the ENFP personality type are uncomfortable with the prospect of being disliked. To maintain the peace, they may compromise on things that matter to them or allow others to treat them poorly. And when they fail to win someone over, they might lose sleep trying to figure out what to do about it. Unfocused. The thrill of a new project, especially one that involves collaborating with other people, can bring out the best in these personalities. But ENFPs are known for having ever-evolving interests, meaning that they may find it challenging to maintain discipline and focus over the long term. Disorganized. ENFPs, well, these are just rude. They're a little too on point, some
Something
of
in
them. I'm like,
ENFP or whatever would say.
yeah. Well, okay, fluttery boy. We just had this conversation. You can bring stuff up, but then I'm just going to call you fluttery.
That's pretty much the way to win.
So easily defeated.
It's not my fault.
Anyway, disorganized.
God made me this way.
Me too, I think. ENFPs focus on the big picture, and their love for exploring new ideas and experiences can sometimes overshadow their attention to everyday practical matters. Specifically, people with this personality type may try to avoid the routine tasks that they view as boring, like household chores, basic maintenance, or paperwork. The resulting sense of should say schoolwork.
Yeah.
The resulting sense
Good
of
thing.
disorganization can become a major source of stress in their life. Overly accommodating. I feel like that's the same as people pleasing.
Keep reading.
Okay, fine. Only because you said so. ENFP personalities feel called to uplift others, and they may find themselves saying yes whenever anyone asks them for guidance or help. But unless they set boundaries, even the most energetic among them can become overcommitted with too little time and energy to tackle the necessities of their own life. Overly optimistic. Next, optimism can be among this personality type's key strengths, but ENFP's rosy outlook can lead them to make well-intentioned but naive decisions, such as believing people who haven't earned their trust. This trait can also make it difficult for these personalities to accept hard but necessary truths, and to share those truths with others. Restless. With their positive, upbeat attitude, ENFPs rarely seem upset or dissatisfied on the outside, but their inner idealism can leave them with a nagging feeling that some major areas of their life aren't good enough, whether that's their work, their home life, or their relationships.
Nice.
So, a lot of these actually seem pretty accurate. The people-pleasing one is one that I've actively been working on, because I don't think people-pleasing is actually the best. Like, I like for people to be happy, but I also think it's really important to be able to communicate with people when you're displeased.
Mhm.
And not that you have to be rude or anything, but it's even like in cases where, like, being willing to communicate, like, because there's a lot of ways you can communicate displeasure, and sometimes it's just a pause. Like, if someone says something to you that is like rude, then you just pause and you just look at them and you let them take a minute to think about what they just said. In the past, I realized that I had a tendency to, like, if somebody said something to me that was rude, I would almost like excuse them for it, like with them there. but I learned from some various interactions, and I did a summer of sales where there were a lot of really rude people, and I learned that just like pausing and letting people feel that like moment of awkwardness where I'm like, I don't appreciate what you just said, makes a big difference for me in my life. And so I've tried to implement that in a number of things where I generally like it when people have positive interactions with me, but I also have kind of been trying to make myself okay with allowing some people to have negative interactions. So that's one that I'm really working on. A lot of these seem pretty accurate. Like, all of them are stuff that I kind of work on a little bit, that to where I don't think they're like completely things that I would consider like rampant, but like they're all things that I have had to work on and that I'm actively working on, like being disorganized and unfocused. I'm very prone to, like we talked about having a big circle of friends, I'm very prone to like sitting down to do homework and then like Jake, Alex, Spencer, Craig, just whoever will call me and be like, hey, what are you doing right now? Do you want to play basketball? Do you want to play Halo? And I'll be like, oh yeah, I'll just do the homework later, and like jump over. Or even like work on a truck or whatever. It's not always like unproductive things, but that's a very like.
But yeah, basketball, thing. Unproductive. Yeah.
Williams, you calm yourself down right now, fluttery boy.
Why is that the trump card? Why does it work so well?
I don't know, but I'm going to use it for the rest of my life.
It's going to be a long next few years.
Bronwyn's words, not mine.
I'm so sorry.
And she's the one who's most familiar with this test.
Yeah.
Look what you've done.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I have it from an expert.
Yeah, I'm definitely an expert.
Yep. As long as it suits my purpose, you are.
Yeah.
Wait, anyway, Williams, what are your weaknesses?
Too fluttery, flies away.
Oh my goodness.
Can't stay on the ground.
Weak-willed.
I'm kidding, I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
I am.
Anyway.
Also, Williams, you're strong-willed. That was a prank.
Unrealistic. Nothing in this world is perfect, and that can be a difficult truth for INFPs to accept. People with this personality type can be hopeless romantics, with rose-colored visions of what their lives should be like. This can set them up for disappointment when reality inevitably falls short of their dreams. Self-isolating. INFPs' personalities long to connect with others, but they don't always know how. Especially in new environments, they may be reluctant to put themselves out there in ways that would help them make new friends or become involved in a new community. As a result, people with the INFP personality type may sometimes feel lonely or isolated. Unfocused. INFP's imaginative, introspective nature doesn't always lend to productivity. Excuse you, Stark.
You're unfocused too?
No way, we're so similar.
Yeah. No, you guys are the same other than the extroverted part. That's the only difference. I don't know if you realize
Excuse
that.
me, I'm trying to read this, Bronwyn.
Yeah. Bronwyn, you were an expert earlier, but now it doesn't suit our purposes. Not an expert anymore.
She's sensitive to criticism.
Yeah,
Oh,
what the
I
heck?
apologize.
Good.
You're a great expert.
Maybe
Oh
you'll stop.
Also, just a sec. Did you realize that when you said that, I was like, oh, never mind, you're a great expert. And Williams is like, well, maybe you'll stop. Which also illustrates
I wasn't paying
people
attention to what
pleasing
you were
and
saying.
not people pleasing natures.
Yeah.
I see.
Not one of my weaknesses.
Did you just finish the fourth drink?
No, there's a little bit at the bottom.
There's a tiny bit. He didn't like dry it out
He's
yet.
so hydrated.
Guys, I was in the middle of unfocused.
Sorry.
I'm trying to get focused, okay?
Sorry,
Well, I'm
sorry.
unfocused too. Not my fault.
Many people with this personality type get frustrated by how difficult they find it to buckle down and get things done. The problem isn't that they are incapable, rather, it's that INFPs run into problems when they become so caught up in different ideas and ideals that they fail to commit to a course of action. Emotionally vulnerable. The emotional attunement of these personalities is among their greatest strengths. But unless they establish boundaries, they can be at risk of absorbing other people's negative moods or attitudes. And this can be detrimental to their personal peace and productivity, as that INFPs are the most likely personality type to say negative emotions get in the way of their ability to think clearly. Too eager to please. Conflict tends to be stressful for INFPs who yearn for harmony and acceptance. When someone dislikes or disapproves of them, these personalities may become fixated on trying to clear the air and change that person's mind. They might even take responsibility and apologize for things that are not their fault, at all in an effort to make sure that they are in everyone's good graces. Unfortunately, INFP's desire to please others can drain their energy, eclipsing their inner wisdom and their awareness of their own needs. Self-critical. INFPs believe in their unique potential and they desperately want to live up to it, but this can cause them to have unrealistic expectations for themselves. When these personalities fail to live up to these visions, they may accuse themselves of being useless or selfish or woefully inadequate. Taken too far, this self-criticism can discourage INFPs, leading them to give up on even their dearest dreams.
Is that it?
Yeah.
What do you think?
That's pretty spot on.
I think I liked the part where it started out by talking how you were a hopeless romantic. You hopeless romantic fluttery Williams.
I guess that's me now.
I think it's really interesting because I'm like right on the edge of the last two for like J or P on mine, and so are you. So I relate to a lot of those, and I used to get that when I was little. Because I took this test when I was like probably 11 or 12 when I got that. Like the 2 times I took it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's interesting.
So, and what you were saying in the middle was that Williams and I are the same. We just have different extrovert-introvert ratio.
So because it all like adds up together, right? So, but like in a sense, you are very similar. But because you're extroverted, it's not just that you're extroverted; it's slightly different. But
I mean, all the other things in the lineup.
Well, all the other things were the same except for the E. Yeah. So it kind of is just like, yeah, it was.
It's ENFP.
Yeah.
Oh.
ENFP, INFP.
Oh.
Yeah.
Close.
Williams, you dirty dog, you. I always knew you were a good man.
Not as great as you, but I try.
That's
so
wrong.
Yeah, it's like very similar, and then ours are very similar because the only difference is the last one.
Look at us
So
all.
you're kind of the link here. You're keeping us all together.
Which is the
If
thing
not-
INFPs do.
Because I'm a mediator.
Williams, if not for you,
I heard Jesus.
we
was a
would be
mediator,
arguing.
too.
Well, me and Bronwyn would be arguing. Cami doesn't like to argue, but me and Bronwyn would be
I
arguing.
don't like
if
to
not for you.
argue.
You're the fiction.
Why should we establish that I like arguing?
Well, all we know
Just
is
now.
that Cami doesn't.
Yeah, we know that Cami doesn't, and since we're so different, we would obviously disagree with each other.
Oh, I
and
see.
Williams is our connecting piece, so I'm not going to argue
As
with
the
Cami. She
mediator.
doesn't like it.
Okay.
So,
So it has to be me.
yes. So you're lucky Williams is here. Or
Okay.
I'm lucky Williams is here, depending on which of us is the better debater.
And you're lucky that he's so empathetic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a people pleaser.
That's why I didn't want to argue with you, Cami.
Because Bronwyn loves arguing so much.
I can tell. That's why I was going to do it. I was like,
I
I don't really want to argue with
okay.
Bronwyn.
You're the one who
but,
called me fluttery.
Okay. Hear me out. Okay. I like hearing people's views, especially when they're different from mine, because I like to see how they think. That's why I like to do it. So I actually hate trying to contradict people's beliefs, because that, like, unless it's like a core value of mine, that's like, you shouldn't, like, whatever, right? Like something like that, I'll debate against. But if it's just like, I disagree with you on a normal topic, I don't care. Like, I want to know why, and I think that's cool, and that's it. There you go. Yeah,
Fair.
those are my thoughts.
So, question. You like to know what people think.
Yes.
What if I don't think?
Then I don't really want to be friends.
Fair enough.
Ooh.
No, actually,
That hurts right in my soul.
no, I can't. I have such a hard time being friends with people who don't initially, when I meet them, have a lot of depth to them.
Fair enough.
Which is hard because a lot of people don't open up very quickly, especially myself. But when I meet people and I don't see like a depth to them of like their interests and hobbies and like these things that make them who they are, I lose interest pretty quickly, which probably isn't a very good thing.
Fair enough. I think that's fair. I think I've experienced that too. I did learn. I had a friend who I was friends with for a long time, and he was a solid dude, and he didn't seem to have a ton of depth to me at the time. And one day, he and I were talking, and he expressed an opinion of his that I had never heard. And we had been friends. He and I had been friends for like years. And it was then that I realized that most people have more depth than we give them credit for. I would say almost without exception. There are some exceptions.
Yep.
Some people that
Looks at Brandon.
well, I was thinking specifically
I'm
of some of
shallow.
the people that I met on the mission. That's why I looked at you, not because I was thinking of you.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But it's not that, and it's not that I thought my friend was dumb or anything. Like, he was an awesome dude and fairly intelligent in his own right. He just didn't seem to pursue some of the thoughts of depth that I was pursuing at the time.
You got to peel back the layers on people.
Yeah.
I feel like I tend to attract people into my life who are either secretly bad for me, like they're like manipulative or something like that, and I just don't like quite process.
Which means
it.
they have quite a bit of depth. I mean,
yes, or people come into my life who just don't like truly are just like drawn to me because I have depth. Like I would argue
the depth of their missing.
Yeah. So, well, maybe. I don't know. But I just think it's really interesting because, like, I will draw either very deep people who tend to be not the best, or people who don't have a lot of depth who, like, really want to, like, talk to me about what I think and why I think things and whatever.
Uh-huh. So when you say you draw people in who aren't good for you, do you mean, like, and then you talked about people with a lot of depth. Are they people who have so much depth that they become manipulative?
I think probably. I don't think
that's an inevitability.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
You know?
I think people who like really think about things can all be manipulative.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's just happened to me like enough times that I'm just like, oh, I guess this is the kind of people I attract.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, don't take this the wrong way, but you're still a wee bit young.
Yeah, I am only 18. This is a good point.
So, and the reason why I say this is because for me, my life now is drastically different than it was when I was 18.
Mm-hmm.
No.
And the kind of yes, I know. I'm nearly 26, an old man over here.
Well, yeah. Once you reach my
ancient.
age.
Well, someday I will, Williams, in the distant future. You are 26.
I know.
So far away.
So old.
Williams and I are a couple months apart. So my birthday's next month. His birthday was last month. So his age is awing, just jaw dropping.
Yeah.
Williams, did you need hip replacement surgery yet?
I might need some soon.
Well, fair enough. I say as I'm the one who has way more problems with my joints than you. But I was gonna say, so I don't know. Like my biggest piece of advice for you would be to not think that is like the rule or that's going to keep happening, because I like have made so many friends that I never thought I would make and different things, and just have had a lot of experiences that have been very different. And if you were to see me like 8 years ago, it's so long ago, I think I would look like a very, very different person to pretty much everyone here. I mean, Williams almost did see me 8 years ago.
I saw you 7 years ago.
Yeah.
He was different.
But well, thanks, Williams.
Yeah, I got you.
Good man backing me up there. Like Williams said, I was different. And I think when I think back to like my pre-mission, pre-college, pre-everything self, I think like the seeds of what I am now were there, but they were not quite all the way developed. And even still, like they're still developing. Like I've probably changed even since you and I became roommates, and you've changed since you and I became roommates. Talking to Williams, by the way. I'm not roommates with Cami or Bronwyn.
Yeah, not cool enough.
No stash.
Yeah, no.
Cami, what do you think? What are your thoughts on what Bronwyn just said? Because you guys are very similar personalities. Do you feel like that's been kind of like a trend for you, or?
I think that, like, I usually judge people, like, based on, like, oh, they're, like, I don't really know what depth means. Like, I know what you mean, but, like, it's kind of harder to find. But I know what you're talking about, like, when you're like, oh, that person's, like, they're, like, really just, like, surface level. But then, like, like, the more they, like, especially, like, people that I'm, like, forced to see every day, you know?
Forced to see?
Williams, she's talking about you.
Yeah, she doesn't see me every day anymore.
Well, she's grateful for that, evidently.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, it's like people that, like, I make, like, snap judgments. Like, the more that I'm, like, with them, the more I'm like, okay, yeah, actually, like, everybody has, like, a really deep backstory. And so, like, it's just, like, a matter of, like, well, for me, it's like I don't really like to like open up, and so like the longer that I'm around someone, the more I just like naturally open up. And
Uh-huh.
so I think that like um I guess basically everybody does have like
Some
something
depth
in
to them.
them,
Yeah.
but it's just like a matter of like how long you take to find out about
Do
it.
you find yourself attracted to depth? Not like attracted like in a dating sense, but like attracted to like when you talk to people. Do you enjoy being around people that have depth, or do you just more
Yeah, I definitely like the deeper, like more like emotional conversations rather than just like
surface level?
yeah, like the small talk. Yeah,
That's fair.
like right now.
Like right now?
Ooh.
Well, it's not our fault. I just met you, so
Look, we
you
tried
talked
to
about how we
open
can't
up.
have depth. You know.
Nah,
I
I
tried-
mean, we are opening up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking. I thought she was saying that we were having a small talk conversation.
Yeah.
no.
Oh,
Man, it
Yeah.
seemed
Yeah, I
like
was
depth
like-
to me, but you know what?
Yeah.
I just work here.
that's fine. Yeah.
I just
whatever.
work here.
That was very, very deep. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Ah,
Yeah.
fantastic. I think we've had a very productive conversation. We've gotten to know each other in ways that are just...
Learned a lot.
I learned a lot about even Williams, who I've known
Don't
for a
say,
long
don't,
time.
don't.
Don't say what.
Just stop talking. I
He's gonna
feel
call me
bad.
fluttery again. I
Oh,
saw...
Williams, you said it, not me.
Anyway.
You hopeless romantic, you.
I know.
I feel
He's
like
blushing.
I feel like we just watched them fall in love.
Now,
Me talking to Cami
I will
here.
say that I understand the romantic part. I'm not like, romance has a different meaning nowadays than... I think I take on more of the older definition of romantic or romanticism, in that I kind of look at things like, that seems wonderful. Like, I have this ideal of the Old West that I really love. I love the John Wayne movies. I'm like, yeah, out there, roughing it.
Mhm.
It seems like this ideal thing, but in reality, it wasn't a great place. There were good, cool aspects of it that we can see, but I definitely romanticize it. And so I think things like that.
So you're a bit of an idealist.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess that's not the right word. You like kind of the idea.
I mean,
of
romantic.
something like that. You are a romantic. Yes, exactly.
You like the aesthetic.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good one.
You know, Jake's like that too. He likes the aesthetic. That's why, like, Jake went and bought a truck and he wears the outfits.
But
he does
I like also
and
the
does-
core value, or the values that you'd think are in there.
Like
right?
the simple, like the true good, the simple value,
Right.
that sort
Yeah.
of thing. I see.
And so when I look at something like that I am enamored with, kind of like the Old West, it just becomes like this ideal, and that I hope towards. But also, in reality, I know that it was kind of not great for a lot of people. A lot
Yeah.
of people died.
People, yeah,
Only the weak ones.
Well,
the ones with
you heard it here,
statues
folks.
all survived.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Well, Williams, I think that brings us to our most important question of the day.
Oh yes.
Oh,
So this is one that we ask all our viewers. If you listen to the podcast more, you'd know. But we'll go for each of you. Are you a dirty dog or a silly goose, and why? Whoever wants to start.
Who's ready?
would you like to give a definition of a dirty dog or a silly goose?
There's
I would
no
not.
definition. This is based on
I have a thought. Can I be a dirty goose?
No,
no.
Why
We have-
not?
because a long
We
time
gooses
ago,
say strictly clean.
yeah, and we stay strictly dirty.
Okay.
And
Us
you
dogs.
say strictly dog-like. I think
Whatever it
she
is,
was being dirty.
she gets the gist.
Yeah, I understand the message.
Okay, I'll go. I hate geese, and I'm
Oh.
not silly. Because one time,
Oh,
My heart-
the geese tried to bite me, so
that's so scary.
How long ago, Cami?
I was like 5.
Well, that's
Okay.
why you need to become the goose and
She's got
show
a
who's
deep-seated
boss,
hatred of the
Cami.
geese.
Yeah, they're really like pretentious.
What if they're
and-
silly? Oh,
Oh,
my heart.
Got him.
What if they're silly geese?
Well, I'm not a very silly person, so not you can be silly, but I'm not.
You can be
She's
silly.
allowing you.
Yeah,
Can
so
you feel the disappointment radiating from me right now? Williams?
No, but I'm sure Cami can't. She,
Oh, fair. She is sensitive to that sort of thing.
Yeah.
yeah, so I'd have to go with dirty dog. Yeah.
Nice. That's one more.
Well, considering that me and Starks are both blonde,
Mm.
And I feel like that's the only thing that needs to be considered. I wouldn't consider myself very silly. Nor very dirty. So I think we're at a crossroads here.
At an impasse.
Yes.
We don't sit on the fence here.
Shall I take the road less traveled by? Is the real question. This is
That
a
would make all
callback.
the difference.
I'm gonna go with Silly Goose, and not just because
Let's go.
Cami went with Dirty Dog.
She's gonna go with Silly Goose because it was the right choice. That's
No,
why.
the only defining feature was that I was blonde. That was the only.
You're like the one similarity I have with Starks, you know?
I wanted to be a dirty goose, but that wasn't allowed. So the next best thing.
Yes, we've only allowed one variation thus far
Because
from
it
Silly
was
Goose and Dirty
so
Dog.
good.
It was
we,
Chonky Monkey,
Ah,
and neither of you guys strike me as Chonky Monkeys.
yeah, it's definitely a Craig thing.
Also, yeah, it's pretty individual. There's not that many Chonky Monkeys in the world.
Ah, I see. All right.
So, all right.
Fantastic. And with that, y'all will close us out with our motto,
Oh,
which is why we asked if you kind of know. It doesn't have to be, you know, it's kind of fun when it's not exact. Go for it.
So
See
no
what you
script.
can remember.
Should we have them both say one and then the other?
Yeah,
See who gets it better?
You can start.
Listen or don't, we don't care.
This has been Dogs and Gooses. Good night.
And with that, we end.